Okay, team, here's the mission. A massive number of villains are on the move and have infiltrated the helicarrier. We do this by the books. Go in quiet, avoid the traps. Thing. Look at me, thing. Hey, my name's Girafferys, and this is Marvel Ultimate Alliance. This may not be the first thing you'd expect from a video about Marvel Ultimate Alliance, but I've been hooked on Marvel Rivals for a while now. It's been years since I enjoyed a competitive shooter, and Rivals recently added a zombie survival mode that seriously poked my old COD Zombies fixation. I think an underappreciated aspect of Rivals is how good the game is at pulling weird or obscure content from the Marvel Universe. They made people fall in love with some absolutely Z-tier characters. That made me remember another Marvel game. Not a competitive shooter against rivals, but a 3D beat-em-up with an alliance. And oh, was it glorious. I played this a lot with my older brother and still think back to this as an amazing game, but I don't recall us beating it. So I'm going in solo to see if this alliance still stands. Vicarious Visions? Geez, small world, I just reviewed their terrible SpongeBob game. Thankfully, this is just an engine they developed. Ultimate Alliance was made by Raven Software, who has a much better resume. They actually made the DLCs for the golden age of Call of Duty, including the DLC zombie maps. Man, it really is a small world. The story opens to a massive fight, which introduces a lot of characters, including the incredibly rare albino Nick Fury. Our heroes respond to this attack on the helicarrier. Captain America, who looks as generic as possible, Tank Top Wolverine, who just dives off the side of the ship. They skipped Mjolnir Thor and went straight to Stormbreaker Thor, and Spider-Man, who swings around doing very little while Captain America finishes the fight. This is starting to feel like Rivals again. Ultimate Alliance is a 3D beat-em-up with your basic light attack, heavy attack, block, and grab controls, even down to the light-light-heavy combo. Each character has powers which cost energy from this blue bar. These can be attacks, like Captain America's shield throw, or buffs, like Captain America's, well, buff. Heroes also have unique traits like flying or being strong enough to lift large objects, and we can freely switch characters with the D-pad whenever we want. The AI teammates work well, though they have a bit more ADHD than when I was a kid, but so do I. Let's get to work. The basic enemies here are Ultron drones, which pose no threat, so get comfy with the controls now. After a few waves, we encounter the Scorpion, who honestly spills a few too many beans. The evil team doing all this is called the Masters of Evil, and Dr. Doom is the leader. Do you have any idea how valuable that information is? No wonder you're a tutorial boss. We reach Fury, who is 100% hiding something, but pulls rank to order us into the next mission. The save point allows us to do a lot of useful things: save, actually read in detail what each power does, switch powers as you can only assign 3 at a time, and swap out team members. The story doesn't require specific people in your team, so you can always roll with your favorites. And there's a lot. The entire Fantastic Four, some X-Men, Iron Man, Elektra? This was after the colossal failure of the 2005 Elektra movie, and they still put her in? That's love. I wasn't expecting this much choice right away, but awesome. I make the only team that matters: Punch Force. Captain America, Mr. Fantastic, The Thing, and Luke Cage. I decided to play as Cage, because when else would I be able to? And he looks so normal. Like a random bouncer is leading the Avengers to stop nuclear missiles from launching. That's too good. The next stage gives tutorials to slowly learn the many mechanics and combos. The combat is deceptively deep. You could just use your primary attacks and get through, but there are so many options to style on your enemies. You can grab, throw things, launch enemies into the air, trip them. A personal favorite of mine is the jumping attack, where you charge midair and slam down super fast like a FromSoft boss. You even get a unique strike for punching a downed enemy, which does a lot of damage. The game's complexity works best hands-on, so don't be fooled if it looks simple. We reach the nuclear missiles too late and now have to defeat Bullseye to destroy the nuke. We get an item from Bullseye, so I should cover gear. See every boss— oh right, the nuke! Stopping that, we move to another part of the helicarrier. This stage introduces special enemies that can have unique buffs, draining mana, regenerating health, extra damage. So we actually start getting a challenge, but not from these guys. We move on to the final boss of the tutorial, Fing Fang Foom. Hell yes. Marvel has so many giant monsters, it's a shame they don't get used more often. I actually lose Cage and Mr. Fantastic here. When you run out of health, you just switch to another character, so you basically have 4 lives. I figured out the fight. The secret was blocking, and give this dragon an uppercut straight out of the comics. Then we regroup at Stark Tower. There's plenty to do here, including a super nerdy quiz of Marvel lore, which actually rewards XP. I decided to go with an all-girls team for the next mission, just because, and discovered a team bonus I didn't remember. This team composition gets a 5% damage buff. Other teams like the Fantastic Four will have their own unique buffs, which is a neat inclusion. We also move our gear around. Bosses drop equipable items for passive buffs like higher crit chance, higher damage, extra health. All geared up, we take a Quinjet to our next mission. Turns out Doctor Doom raided the Omega base, so we need to clear it out. The first questionable mechanic in this game is the addition of shielded enemies. Nothing wrong with them in a vacuum, but this level uses them as the primary enemy type, and that gets annoying. You can disarm enemies by grabbing them, but when you have to do that for every enemy, not fun. We encounter Mysterio, who sets multiple super soldiers loose on us. Don't worry, girls, we can take them. Help me! Fucking help me! I'm a woman in East London! Help me! We meet Bruce Banner, who isn't the Hulk yet. Bit of trivia, Bruce Banner was supposed to become the Hulk during this mission and join the team, but that ended up as cut content. We find Mysterio stealing upgrades for Ultron. Apparently, S.H.I.E.L.D. planned to capture Ultron and rewrite his programming to make him work for them, and our character actually says, "But what about the genocidal robot's rights?" The story is clearly painting S.H.I.E.L.D. to be scummy, but we gotta fight Mysterio, who kicks our ass. This fight is dog shit. Before I can even move, Mysterio splits into 3 and blasts me with 3 AoEs that poison and slow the whole team. Second try victory, but I hope I don't see more of that ahead. Next, we have more of that with MODOK. He forces us into a quiz before we can fight. Oh no. It's not Marvel trivia, it's science trivia. You only need 3 questions right, so we squeeze by and win the fight. With that, we save the Omega base. Now Namor is in trouble, so I put together the Fantastic Four and head out to Atlantis. The underwater level is quickly derailed by an insane duo boss, which kills everyone except Human Torch, and he's lucky that he even works underwater. This might have been a wipe if not for one detail. Human Torch is busted. His powers are so strong that even solo, I easily do the next section and revive the team. We have another duo boss, then see the Mandarin release the Kraken. It's mostly a quick-time event, so Atlantis is saved. We follow up with an attack on Mandarin's base, but turns out it was Loki we saw in Atlantis, so we do this cool Chinese stage already knowing we're being duped. Human Torch just shreds everything. He's not as good against bosses, but that's what Punch Force is for. We encounter Doctor Strange and help him find his stolen item, and in return, he joins our roster. The Mandarin boss fight is pretty good. It mixes in a puzzle in a smart way, though I'm not sure how he freezes the Human Torch. Anyways, we realize we got as Nightcrawler and Jean Grey get kidnapped. We make a new team including Doctor Strange, and he invites us to a sleepover at his house. Tight! This is the hub for Chapter 2, and new hub means new trivia. We head out to save Nightcrawler, and whoops, for like the 10th time, they got us. The villains diverted our teleportation from Latveria to Murder World, where Arcade has a mind-controlled Jean Grey attack us. To free her, we need to play an arcade game. I'm usually better at these while drunk, but I'll do my bet. Oh no, it's Pitfall? This is way before my time. Okay, there. Jean needs to rest, so we advance through some really fun variety stages. The pinball area is especially fun. That's why the actual arcade boss fight is such a letdown. I basically ran around like an idiot until half my team died, then accidentally found out how to initiate a QuickTime event to beat the boss. We learn that Doom is using Nightcrawler to open a portal to Mephisto's realm of fire and brimstone. Uh-oh. My worries were unfounded, it seems. Fire Giant? Seems pretty weak to fire. This stage is a series of puzzles. Not good puzzles, though we get to unlock Ghost Rider. Hell yeah! All it takes is sacrificing the soul of Spider-Woman, so it's basically free. With Ghost Rider, we advance to fight Blackheart, who I try a pro gaming move on. We now have super abilities, and if multiple heroes have them ready, they all go off together. I use all 4 supers against Blackheart, and do the damage of like 3 of my usual attacks. Huh. After the fight, we have to choose between saving Jean Grey, who got captured again, and Nightcrawler. We go Jean Grey, for no reason, but once we reach Mephisto, he says he'll revive Nightcrawler if we solve a puzzle. This fight is very annoying because of this confusion status, but once revived, Nightcrawler actually has to sacrifice himself again to defeat Mephisto. King shit! At this point, you may have noticed Human Torch is dead again. Happens all the time, you just revive teammates at save points. But what makes it annoying is there's a wait time. Why? Even after beating Mephisto and going back to the hub, I have to wait 2 minutes to revive him. The villains are attacking Asgard next, so we move on to our next Fury, look out! There's a homeless man behind you! We need to clear the Bifrost to get reinforcements, and Valkyrie asks us for a favor, but...
My sword Dragonfang has gone missing, and I've reason to believe it is located somewhere near you.
That's Hela from Marvel Rivals.
At this rate, the world will end before we reach our goal.
Nika Futterman went from voicing Thor's friend Valkyrie to Thor's enemy Hela. How is this world so small? The voice cast is pretty big, so I recognize a lot of voice actors, all doing really good jobs. We beat the Wrecking Crew to unlock the Bifrost, then sweep through Asgard to free some gods. Odin is potentially in danger, so we head to help him next. I think the game realizes how hard we're abusing it, as enemies in this stage get a layer of protection. When certain enemies reach low health, they gain a huge defense buff unless you use a specific attack on them. So we can't spam our powers as efficiently, which I don't like. The game forces this health threshold, so even if you would kill an enemy with 1 more hit, they get this buff to save them. I don't like games telling me what to do. You gave me the tools, and I want to use them my way. This stage has another cutscene boss, and I'm not liking these. You end up running around clueless for way too long considering how much damage the enemies do. We find Baron Mordo and Ultron, who have been betrayed and left behind by Doom. We rub some salt in the wound, then face Loki, who tricks us into releasing the Destroyer armor for him to control. After stopping that, we see Dr. Doom, who has finally realized this big plan of his. See, S.H.I.E.L.D. had made plans for how to defeat Odin if they ever needed to, which Doom used to steal the power of Odin, and is now... He could easily kill us if not for the interference of the Watcher. He explains that Dr. Doom will destroy this universe, but he can help us stop him once we gather some plot items. I definitely did not make it this far as a kid. We get tons of lore about the Inhumans and other spacecraft that I still know nothing about. We need a crystal from the Empress of Space, but she's busy being usurped right now, so we defeat her sister to save her. I'm not sure what she's doing, but I think Johnny likes it. Next, we need to literally steal equipment from Galactus while he's mid-meal. This stage is awesome! I'm so simple to please, just put some cool shit in the background and I'll be happy. There is a terrible fight against Super Skrull and Pybok, but a quick and easy fight against Galactus with an assist from Silver Surfer makes up for it. We've only been gone like 2 hours and Doom has already wrecked Earth, including all the remaining heroes. We reclaim Stark Tower before flying to the final dungeon, Castle Doom. Mostly a victory lap aside from a few traps. Hey, DM, you're railroading the party a little hard, I can fly! We rescue Odin, fight some evil clones, and face Doom, once and for all. Doom summons a ton of Fantastic Four clones, but all we need to do is destroy these machines so we can get close enough with the plot items to steal some of his godly powers. The actual fight is perfectly good. Tons of ads to regain health or mana, Doom is mobile and threatening enough, but, you know, Human Torch is busted. With Doom weakened properly, Odin reclaims his full power and smites Doom before fixing the damage done to the fabric of reality. We get a stinger for a possible sequel, and some funny credits of the characters voicing themselves.
It's pretty funny how I glued your hammer to the floor this morning, huh?
Yes, ha ha ha. It was very amusing.
I'm telling Daddy!
We also get a rundown of how well we did. This game has lots of optional stuff. Every level can have multiple side objectives, and some of these affect the ending. We did okay, only missing 3 of these, plus we could just redo the missions if we wanted. There are so many collectibles too, all on top of the massive roster. We didn't even unlock Black Panther, Daredevil, or Silver Surfer, which require collectibles. Though not everything is well and good. Some of these side quests are as esoteric as a painting of a tube sock titled Melancholy. All the way back in the Helicarrier, we got a hint that Black Widow is a double agent, and to progress this side quest we talk to Weasel, who says go talk to Vision. Vision never had anything to say about this quest. I'm sure I could have figured it out, so I don't mind the confusion too much. Optional content is just an excuse to play the game more, so is this game worth playing more of? Yes! It's so fucking fun! I basically spammed one attack the whole game, and it was great! I could replay this with any character and have even more fun too. This game is peak 2000s. The metal music, the slightly awkward comedy, even the roster. If this was made now, the entire Guardians of the Galaxy would replace a lot of the X-Men. And I can prove that one because Ultimate Alliance 3 from 2019 did exactly that. This game is a product of its time. The Marvel Cinematic Universe didn't exist yet. Comic book movies and games were still largely for comic book fans, so they could get weird, delve into the universe more. I'm not even the biggest comic fan, but this was more vibrant, energetic, and passionate than Marvel has been since adherence to the MCU became standard. There are some very obvious comparisons to Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance or even Diablo, and good. Make more games like these, please. Waiter, waiter! More isometric beat 'em up with RPG and loot mechanics. I still say this game is peak, especially as a Marvel Comics game. Especially when you consider I played this solo. The AI party is good, but they have a habit of standing still or running off for no reason. More so, they don't do much damage, it's mostly you. But imagine co-op with friends. Ooh, I'd kill to go back to that. Just like I'd kill to go back to playing COD Zombies with friends all night. Despite some very bad bosses, I can't deny the fun I had mowing down swarms of enemies from above like a god of the sun. I don't even like Human Torch as a character, and I had this much fun with him. I give this game a fully erect giraffe neck out of fully erect giraffe neck. A great honor for my kind. If any of you want to give this game a shot, you could also play one of the enhanced editions, which all add new content, such as being able to play Doctor Doom. Well, hot damn. Thanks for making it this far into the video. If you enjoyed, a like and subscription mean a lot, and if you didn't enjoy, well, why the hell not? You better comment and tell me. Anyways, take care.